Namaste guys, welcome back to YogaCandi. I'm Candice and today I have a 25-minute yoga for the feet prepared for us. How often do we ever show our feet any love? So this is going to be the perfect thing for everybody. Think of how much our feet do. They skip, they run, they hop, they jump, they dance, they whatever else, I don't know, they do a lot for us. So hop into something comfortable, we don't need any props today, and let's enjoy. Alright everyone, I invite you to take a comfortable seat of your choice. This can be a simple cross-legged position. Then just raise your hands up to the sky and draw them into your heart center. Bow your head and thank yourself for coming onto the mat today. Thank yourself for giving the time to look after your feet. They do so much for us. And quite often we forget. When you're ready, close your eyes, get settled and place your hands onto the top of your knees, remembering to draw your shoulders back and down, keeping your spine straight and gently engaging your core. Breathe naturally to start with. We're just going to take a couple of minutes here to relax our bodies, relax our minds, to become present and to become comfortable with the now, with what is, with what is happening in this moment, internally and externally. Start with listening to the sounds that surround you, things that are happening outside. Start to draw that attention into the room. Listen to the sounds that are happening in the room around you. That sound could be complete stillness, silence, or perhaps you can hear something going off in the room, something electronic. Then bring that sound closer and closer to the body until all you can really pay attention to is your own breath. All those external sounds, they don't matter. Bring your attention to the feelings of the body. Is there anywhere that feels tense today? Your feet aching? Is your back aching? Be aware of these feelings, but don't label them. Just allow them to be. Sit with them. Just be content. And keep breathing. During this practice today, I'd like you to pay attention to your breath and to the feelings of the body. If your mind starts to wander, just bring it straight back to those emotions, those feelings in the body and to the breath. If any thoughts cross your mind, that's okay, it's natural. But don't pay them any attention and allow them to pass, drift by. When you're ready, breathe in and lift your hands up towards the sky. Draw them into your heart center. Bow your head and thank yourself once again for taking this time. Rub your palms together and create that warm energy between them. Really rub them until they're nice and warm. And then place your palms over your eyes, allowing that warm energy to sink into the body. Bring your hands away from your eyes, look at the back of your palms, bow your head, namaste. Let's begin. In your seated position, take hold of one of your feet and just start to massage into that arch. Rub in an upward movement towards the toes, feeling around, feeling where there's any aches, where there's any swelling. Perhaps take the big toe, rub between the big toe and the second toe. And then rub between the second toe and the middle toe. Do this in your own time, rubbing between each toe. Just enjoying taking time for your feet. When you're ready, let's swap feet. Do the same on the other side. Rub between each toe. Rub up the arch of the foot all the way. Just feel around, and when you find a spot of tenderness, perhaps pay a little more attention there, giving it some TLC. Getting in between each of the joints. They bear our weight all day long. It's time for us to give back. And then we're just going to come back onto the middle of the mat. Stretch your legs out in front of you, and you can use your hands to support you so that you can sit up nice and straight. Flap your feet from side to side, starting to warm them up, warm up the legs. Engage your core here, suck your belly in. And then bring one knee up towards your belly. Clasp your hands underneath that knee, and let's do a few rotations of the foot, of the ankle. Close your eyes if you would like. Try to sit up straight and suck the belly in. Remembering to breathe. Rotate in any direction that feels right for you, and then we're going to go the opposite direction. Really try to concentrate on that ankle as you rotate. Do this with intention. Point and flex your feet, your toes, point them, bring them in towards your body. Breathe out as you point, breathing in as you extend. Breathe out as you point, breathing in as you extend towards the body. And let's rest that leg back down, and we're going to swap over. Rotating this ankle in whichever direction you choose. Try to do at least 10 rotations before we swap over, before we change direction. And now just swap over and change the way that you're rotating your foot. Remember to do this with intention, being very mindful, concentrating all of your energy on that foot and your breath. Now point and flex. As you draw your feet towards your body, inhale, exhale as you flex. Inhale, exhale as you point your toes. Just enjoy that movement. Place your feet back down on the floor. Let's give them another little shake out. Sit up nice and tall. Put your hands beside each side of your hips. If you can, keep your knees straight. If not, you can bend your knees. But flex your toes towards your body and then point them and extend them. Breathing in as you flex them towards the body, breathing out as you extend. Breathe in and out. Do this in your own time, listening to your own breath. We want to do at least 10 of these. And then when you're ready, sit on your sit bones, roll your shoulders back, engage your core, and if you can, lift your feet off of the floor, leaning slightly back, and rotate both of your feet at the same time. This action is also very good for your core muscles. You can hold onto the back of your knees, or you can place your hands on either side of your legs, extended out long. Using your core even more as you rotate your feet, remembering to go in both directions. And then place your hands back behind your knees, hug your knees in towards your chest. Bring your head down to your knees. Maybe point your feet onto the floor, really flexing them, extending them, should I say, extending them out long. Then come up onto your heels. With your toes on the floor, try to make sure that all of your toes are splayed out, including your pinky toe. Keeping your core engaged, your back straight. Put all of your weight into the heels, allowing your hips to sink deeper, stretching through those toes. For some of you, this can be quite painful, and if so, feel free to come out of it at any point. Now rock your hips over to one side and then over to the other, just stretching a little more through the sides of those toes. Coming back and forth for a moment, remembering to breathe. You can take your arm up and over your head to give you a little side angle stretch. And then bring it over to the other side, stretching out the side of the body as well as your feet. And place your hands behind you, about a foot distance away from your feet. Arch your back, lift your chest up towards the sky, and allow your head just to drop back. The weight of your head to drop. This is optional. If this is painful for your back, you can come out of it. Now tuck your toes under, give them a little wiggle around, extend and flex. Then tuck your toes under, sit onto the back of your feet and lean backwards, placing your hands behind you for support. This is going to stretch out the front of those shins as well as the front of the feet, getting into those tight tendons. Rock back and forth very slightly and then become still. If you're able, come down onto your forearms and enjoy that stretch even deeper. You can allow your head just to drop back and your chest to point up towards the sky. Enjoy this gentle stretch through the shins and the feet. Bring your head back up and let's push ourselves back up into our seat. Tuck the toes once again and come up into standing. I'm going to do a little forward fold here. Straighten the legs as much as you can. Bend through one knee, straighten the other. allowing your body to be heavy. Keep straightening and bending through each knee. If your palms don't reach the floor, you can place them onto your shins or your thighs. Very slowly roll your spine all the way up into standing. I'm going to face you so that you can see how this move is about to go. Try to get your feet around hip distance apart. Shoulders back and down, engaging the belly. Lift up through the right leg to start with. Don't allow your hip to drop. Just point your feet, feeling through the toes, bending that leg, putting pressure onto the tips of those feet. Now we're going to do it in the opposite direction. Tucking your toes under, pushing the foot forward, pushing it forward and feeling that stretch in the front of the foot. Now we're going to swap sides. First of all, flexing the toes, pointing the feet and allowing them to stretch. Lifting the heel off the ground while your toes are still on the floor. Now let's tuck the toes under, put a little bit of pressure on them, roll them back. Tuck them under, apply pressure, then roll them back. Once again, tuck them under, apply pressure, and then roll them back. And again, remembering to breathe, staying present with all of the feelings that you're getting. Stand with your toes together and your heels slightly apart. Breathe in and look up towards your palms as you stretch through the feet, coming onto tippy toes. Exhale and come back down. I'm going to keep repeating this. Breathe in, come up on your tippy toes, look at your palms, and come back down as you exhale. Breathe in, come up onto your tippy toes, come back down, exhale. Don't worry if you fall out of this. It's also about balance. And again, come on up onto tippy toes, breathing in. Hold it and roll back down. Now try to get your toes to point up towards your face. Really engaging those toes, lifting them off the floor. Try to place them down onto the floor one toe at a time. Lifting them up, placing the baby toe, the next one, the middle toe, and the second toe, and then the big toe. Let's do that again, lifting your toes off the floor, baby toe down, then the next toe down, then the middle toe, then the next toe, and then the big toe. And again, baby toe first. Really concentrate, look at your feet and try to do it one toe at a time, touching the floor. Breathe in, raise your hands up to the sky and come down into a forward fold. Only halfway, keeping your back straight, bend your knees. And let's just rock back and forth. Rock back and forth on your heels, come forward onto your toes. Back onto your heels once again. Forward onto your toes. Forward on your toes, back on your heels. Remember to keep breathing. Just enjoy this sensation. Now take a seat. I'm going to face you. Place your feet together in butterfly. Open your hips out to the side. If this is a painful position for you, feel free to put a bolster or pillow underneath your knees. But if you find this comfortable enough, then grab onto the toes, sit up straight, suck your belly in, and just give your spine a little movement from side to side. And we're going to just massage in between, in the arches of the feet here. Taking both of your thumbs, getting into both of those feet at the same time. Remembering to breathe and sit up straight. Really rub into those arches. Maybe at the soft part of the big toe. Perhaps even grab onto the big toe and lift it up towards the body, stretching out those toes, stretching out the ankles. Do what feels right and what feels good. Let's come back into a comfortable seated position of your choice. Place your hands either into your lap or onto your knees, wherever it feels comfortable. We're going to close our eyes and take a moment here, giving thanks for taking this time today to look after our bodies. Taking this time for our feet is such a rare thing. Be proud that you've given that time to yourself today. Breathe naturally and feel that rise and fall of the chest. Bring your awareness back to your feet. How do they feel now? Do they feel a little different to the beginning of the treatment today? To the beginning of the practice? Do they feel a little looser? Do they feel less painful? Try to feel the aliveness of your feet. Be grateful that we have them, that they do so much for us. When you're ready, breathe in and raise your hands up towards the sky. With your eyes still closed, draw them into your heart center, into prayer. Bow your head, and then just rub your palms together, creating that warm energy between them. With your eyes still closed, really rub them until they're warm, and then place them over your eyes. Just hold them there for a moment. And then bring that energy up and over the body all the way to your feet. Place your hands on your feet. You can open your eyes. Namaste.